Well, hello there. Welcome to A-List Cakes. I'm Greggy Soriano, and today we are going to make a cake for everybody's man crush, Ryan Reynolds. This cake is going to be inspired by the movie Deadpool, with two swords looking like it's stabbing the cake, and a cute little martini glass made out of gelatin. So without further ado, let's get to caking. Start off with a base layer of chocolate cake, pipe a barrier of red buttercream, add a thin layer of chunky or creamy peanut butter, a drizzling of chocolate ganache, another layer of chocolate cake, red vanilla buttercream, a layer of vanilla buttercream in the center, some peanut butter chips, a little bit of chocolate ganache, and your last layer of chocolate cake. Crumb coat and final coat your cake in buttercream. You're going to do this in an 8-inch, 6-inch, and 4-inch round cake, 5 inches in height. Start off with 8 tablespoons of cold water. Sprinkle 2 tablespoons of powdered gelatin right on top of it. Set this aside to bloom. Use some leftover lids and cut out the outer lip to make a flat piece of plastic. Cut out a slit towards the center of each round. Bend it inward to create a cone shape. Use a little bit of tape to keep it together. I like to make several of these to allow for breakage. Grab a couple of straws and close up one end of each straw. With a tincture squeeze dropper, fill in the straws with the gelatin mixture. Fill your cone-shaped molds with the gelatin as well. I also did a sheet pan of this mixture so that we can make the base of the martini glass. Set these aside for a couple of days to harden up. Squeeze out your gelatin from the straw. This is going to be the stem of our martini glass. Set this aside on a sheet pan and allow it to dry for a couple of days. With some white modeling chocolate, use your hand and some sculpting tools to sculpt out the shape of the aviation gin bottle. Use some pointy sculpting tools to add some texture to the gin bottle. Roll out a thin piece of black modeling chocolate to add on the label, and add a thin little sticker piece to go on top of the cap. With white modeling chocolate, sculpt out the shape of an airplane. Be sure to make the windows with sculpting tools and make a wing and attach it to a toothpick. Place this on a board and allow it to set up. Roll out a log of black modeling chocolate and divide it in half. With some sculpting tools or a little palette knife, create some texture along the handles of the sword. Grab a couple of skewers and wet one side and insert it onto the bottom end of each handle. Roll out a thin piece of black modeling chocolate, and then cut out Deadpool's eyes. Place a fairly thick piece of white modeling chocolate underneath the black piece of his eyes. Roll out a tapered log of gray modeling chocolate. Flatten out each tapered log on one end to make it look like a blade. Insert a wet skewer onto the bottom end of each blade. With a letter mold in modeling chocolate, spell out the word aviation. You also want to spell out the phrase "Happy Birthday, Ryan." Mix some vodka with white powdered food coloring and paint your airplane white. Add on some details with some black food coloring. Paint in the windows and add some doors. Paint your bottle of gin with some vodka and pearl dust. Paint on little details for the label of the gin bottle. Now that our edible plastic has dried out for a couple of days, I cut out a dime-sized round piece as the base of our martini glass. Use a mini hole puncher to create a hole in the middle. Insert the stem into the hole that you created. And here's our cute little martini glass. Roll out a tiny ball of lemon yellow modeling chocolate and flatten it out. Use a liner brush to create the details of a lemon wedge and attach it to the martini glass. Look how cute this little thing is. Add some luster dust mixed with vodka and paint onto your blades to make it look metallic. With some buttercream, attach your Deadpool eyes, attach your model airplane, the aviation gin bottle, don't forget the wing, your itty-bitty martini glass, and your airplane silhouette. Securely attach your blades on each side of the middle tier of the cake. Attach your Happy Birthday Ryan. Insert the sword handles onto the top of the cake. And here we have it, a Ryan Reynolds birthday cake, complete with a sculpted bottle of aviation gin, a little martini glass made out of gelatin, and 2 swords stabbing the cake from the movie Deadpool. Happy birthday, Ryan! If there's an A-list cake you want to see, please comment down below and let us know.